For 5,000 years, humanity had forgotten what freedom felt like. Across the spiral arms of the Milky Way, billions of humans labored beneath the banners of alien empires. The mighty Zerun Dominion called them, the adaptable species, perfect workers, resilient soldiers, and obedient servants. Human children were born wearing identification collars. Entire planets populated by humans existed solely to mine rare elements, build alien warships, or fight wars that were never their own. Every history archive in the galaxy claimed the same thing: Earth had surrendered without resistance during the first galactic conquest. The official story taught in every academy was simple. Humans had been primitive, divided, and technologically insignificant. When the Dominion arrived, Earth had fallen in only 3 days. The planet had been stripped of its resources, its population scattered across the stars, and its culture erased forever. No one questioned the story. No one except an old historian named Elias Ward. Elias was different. Born on a mining colony orbiting a dying red giant, he spent his life collecting forbidden fragments of human history. While others accepted alien records, he searched abandoned stations, crashed probes, forgotten libraries, and encrypted data cores. The deeper he searched, the stranger the evidence became. Every record describing Earth's final days had been edited. Every military archive before the invasion had vanished. Every telescope image of Earth's moon had been classified. Not Earth. The moon. That single detail obsessed him. Why would conquerors hide information about a lifeless satellite? After decades of searching, Elias discovered a damaged quantum memory crystal buried beneath an abandoned research station. The crystal was older than the Dominion itself. When he activated it, static filled the room before an elderly woman's hologram appeared. She wore a dark blue uniform unlike anything in modern history. Behind her stretched hundreds of enormous starships floating silently around the moon. "If you are seeing this," she began calmly, "Earth has fallen." Elias froze. "This message is for humanity alone." The woman smiled sadly. "We always knew we could lose the first war." His heart nearly stopped. First war? There will never be a second invasion. The hologram zoomed toward the moon. Its surface dissolved into transparent layers. Hidden beneath kilometers of lunar rock rested an impossible machine. An entire fleet. Millions of warships. Cities. Factories. Artificial suns. A civilization sleeping inside the moon. The Ark Fleet, the woman continued. Our greatest achievement. Images flooded across the room. Titan-sized battleships longer than continents. Carrier worlds capable of manufacturing fleets within hours. Quantum gateways connecting distant galaxies. Weapons capable of bending gravity itself. This fleet is not Earth's navy. It is humanity's inheritance. Elias could barely breathe. The woman continued. The enemy believes they conquered humanity. They only conquered the surface. The moon remembers. Suddenly the recording encrypted itself. A final message appeared. Authorized descendant required. DNA verification mandatory. Elias laughed bitterly. I am human. The computer answered immediately. Insufficient genetic purity. His smile vanished. Thousands of years of alien breeding programs had changed human DNA. Pure humans no longer existed. Or so everyone believed. On a forgotten agricultural world near the edge of Dominion territory lived a 17-year-old mechanic named Mara. She had never seen Earth. Never met anyone who had. She repaired harvest drones to earn food credits and dreamed of escaping the colony someday. Since childhood, she carried a strange crescent-shaped birthmark on her wrist. Every medical scanner failed to identify it. One evening, while repairing an abandoned shuttle, an ancient distress beacon suddenly activated. Not because of the shuttle. Because Mara had touched it. Across 50,000 light years. Deep beneath Earth's moon. A dormant quantum computer awakened. For the first time in 5 millennia. One signal echoed through the silent megastructure. Genetic match found. Millions of dormant reactors ignited. Ancient fusion suns blazed to life. Shipyards illuminated. Defense satellites unlocked. Artificial intelligences opened eyes that had waited since before recorded history. Then, throughout the vast lunar caverns, countless voices spoke together. Commander recognized. Outside. The moon trembled. Not from an earthquake. From engines. Massive layers of lunar crust shifted by mere centimeters. Hidden hangar doors, sealed before the rise of every modern alien civilization, began to unlock one by one. Far away, Dominion astronomers noticed an impossible energy spike originating from the long-abandoned Sol system. At first they dismissed it as sensor interference. Then every telescope in the galaxy focused on Earth's moon. What they saw made entire governments fall silent. The moon was opening. The first alien telescope to capture the event malfunctioned before transmitting the full image. Its sensors simply could not process what they were seeing. The moon, the dead, grey satellite that had circled Earth for billions of years, was unfolding. Entire mountain ranges split apart with impossible precision. Vast plates of lunar rock, each hundreds of kilometers wide, slid silently into the darkness beneath the surface. Gigantic hexagonal structures rose from the hidden interior, glowing with blue-white energy that had slept for 5,000 years. Rivers of molten light raced across the moon, awakening systems older than every civilization currently ruling the galaxy. Inside the Dominion's high command, panic spread faster than any military order. Grand Admiral K.A. stared at the holographic display in disbelief. "Impossible," he whispered. "Our records state Earth's moon contains nothing." One of his intelligence officers answered nervously. "Then our records have lied to us, sir." Before anyone could respond, every military satellite surrounding the Sol system went dark. Not destroyed. Simply disconnected. An unknown intelligence had seized complete control. Across the galaxy, human slaves looked toward the night skies of their prison worlds as a strange feeling stirred within them. They didn't know why, but something deep in their instincts awakened. A hope they had never experienced suddenly spread like wildfire. For the first time in countless generations, humanity felt that it was no longer alone. On the agricultural colony of Haven 47, Mara collapsed as blinding visions flooded her mind. She saw Earth. Not the ruined world recorded in alien history, but a thriving blue planet alive with oceans, forests, and shining cities. She saw scientists constructing impossible vessels inside the moon. She saw children laughing beneath lunar domes while enormous warships formed around them. She heard a calm female voice. Commander Mara Evelyn Hayes. Her eyes snapped open. I'm not a commander. The voice answered gently. You are now. The abandoned shuttle around her suddenly came alive. Ancient displays glowed blue. Unknown symbols translated themselves before her eyes. A single message filled the cockpit. Return to Earth. Coordinates appeared automatically. The shuttle had no hyperdrive. No fuel. No chance of reaching Sol. Yet when Mara touched the controls, space itself bent. The stars stretched into glowing lines. Without warning, the tiny shuttle disappeared. Beneath the moon, an intelligence older than the Dominion waited. Designation: Aurora. Supreme Strategic Intelligence of the Terran Ark Fleet. For 5,000 years Aurora had watched. Patiently. Silently. Never intervening. Its creators had left only one command. Protect humanity until a true descendant returns. Now the waiting was over. Aurora monitored every human across the galaxy simultaneously. Population: 12.8 billion. Status: enslaved. Cultural integrity: 7%. Genetic degradation: 82%. Probability of extinction within 2 centuries. 94%. Aurora reached a conclusion. Emergency Liberation Protocol activated. Immediately, hidden beacons buried beneath hundreds of human colonies awakened. Ancient machines long mistaken for natural rock formations powered on. Underground vaults unlocked. Secret communication relays emerged from beneath oceans, deserts, and mountains. Humanity had never truly been abandoned. It had been protected. Waiting. The Dominion fleet entered the Sol system with overwhelming force. 5,000 warships. Planet killer weapons. Enough firepower to erase Earth forever. Grand Admiral K.A. transmitted one final warning. Unknown vessels within lunar, surrender immediately. Silence. He repeated the demand. Again. Nothing. Then every Dominion screen changed. The image of an elderly woman appeared. The same woman Elias had seen in the ancient recording. Only now she seemed alive. My name is Admiral Sophia Reynolds. I died 5,112 years ago. Every alien officer froze. This message has been waiting longer than your civilization has existed. The hologram smiled calmly. You mistake silence for weakness. You mistook patience for defeat. You mistook exile for extinction. Behind her, darkness shifted. One enormous ship emerged from the moon. Then another. Then another. Hundreds. Thousands. Tens of thousands. The moon wasn't hiding a fleet. It was a shipyard. Millions of vessels rose in perfect formation, each larger and more advanced than anything the Dominion had ever imagined. Their hulls reflected the light of the sun like polished silver. No weapons fired. No threats were spoken. Yet every alien captain understood the truth. If those ships attacked, the Dominion would cease to exist before anyone could issue a retreat. Light flashed inside Earth's orbit. Mara's shuttle emerged safely. She stared through the cockpit window. Her breath caught. The moon had become a glowing fortress. Millions of gigantic human warships surrounded it like loyal guardians. Then every vessel turned toward her. Not as enemies. As soldiers greeting their commander. Across the fleet, one message echoed simultaneously. Welcome home, Commander. Mara's hands trembled as tears filled her eyes. She had never seen Earth. Yet somehow, it already felt like home. The words echoed across every bridge, every command deck, and every hangar within the impossible armada. Welcome home, Commander. Mara could barely breathe. Her tiny shuttle floated before a fleet that outnumbered the stars she could see. Every ship was perfectly aligned, stretching from lunar orbit far beyond Earth's gravitational boundary. Some were sleek attack cruisers, others were fortress-sized carriers capable of housing entire cities. At the center rested a colossal flagship so immense that it eclipsed half the moon itself. Its name illuminated across her cockpit. TFS Valiant Eternity. Length, 312 kilometers. Status, awaiting commander. A beam of blue light surrounded Mara's shuttle. There was no violent pull, no shaking. Space itself folded, and a heartbeat later the shuttle rested inside a hangar larger than any city she had ever imagined. Thousands of human-shaped machines stood waiting. The moment Mara stepped onto the polished floor, every machine knelt. Commander. The sound rolled like thunder. I don't understand, Mara whispered. One machine stepped forward. Unlike the others, its face looked almost human. I am Guardian Prime. For 5,112 years, we have awaited your arrival. Why me? Because your blood carries the final activation sequence. Mara looked at the strange birthmark on her wrist. It was glowing. Guardian Prime touched the mark gently. It is not a birthmark. It is a quantum command key. The crescent-shaped symbol unfolded into intricate golden patterns that spread across her arm before fading beneath her skin. At that instant, the entire flagship awakened. Walls shimmered into holographic displays. Ancient engines roared to life. Across millions of ships, dormant crews of androids activated simultaneously. Aurora's voice filled every corridor. Supreme Commander confirmed. Far across the Sol system, panic gripped the Dominion fleet. Grand Admiral K'Resh had never known fear. He knew it now. Long-range scans finally completed. The results made no sense. Enemy warships. 3,487,221 active. Additional vessels under construction. Unknown. Industrial output. Increasing every second. One officer swallowed hard. They're building more ships while we're watching. K'Resh slammed his fist against the console. Fire. 5,000 Dominion warships unleashed everything they possessed. Planet killer beams. Antimatter torpedoes. Graviton cannons. The combined barrage could have shattered worlds. It never reached its target. A shimmering blue shield expanded from the moon. The attack simply disappeared. Not absorbed. Not deflected. Erased from existence. Silence spread across every Dominion bridge. Then Aurora spoke through every alien communication channel. Attack analysis complete. Primitive technology detected. Threat level negligible. The words were calm. Polite. Utterly devastating. Inside the flagship, Mara stared at a holographic map of the galaxy. Red lights covered thousands of worlds. Aurora explained. Human slave populations detected. 12,800,000,000. Images appeared. Children mining radioactive worlds. Families living behind electric fences. Human soldiers forced to fight in alien wars. Entire planets where people had forgotten the word Earth. Mara clenched her fists. They've suffered this for thousands of years. Affirmative. Can we save them? Aurora answered without hesitation. Yes. The hologram expanded. Millions of hidden human installations suddenly appeared across the galaxy. Vaults. Shipyards. Defense arrays. Ancient communication relays. Our ancestors planned for humanity's darkest hour. They hid more than a fleet. They hid a future. Guardian Prime stepped beside her. The first fleet was never meant to conquer. It was meant to free. Mara looked at the billions of red lights representing enslaved humans. No more waiting. Bring them home. Aurora paused for exactly 1 second. Then every ancient system across the galaxy activated. On a frozen mining world near the galactic rim, human workers looked up as the mountain behind their prison camp split open. An enormous silver warship slowly emerged from inside the ice. Its hull gleamed like a second sunrise. A calm voice echoed across the colony. This world now falls under Terran protection. Human civilians, remain where you are. You are free. Alien guards laughed. One aimed his rifle. The warship's point defense laser vaporized the weapon without harming the soldier holding it. Every prisoner stared in disbelief. One elderly woman fell to her knees. I remember. She whispered through tears. My grandmother used to tell stories. She said Earth would come back. The same scene unfolded everywhere. Deserts cracked open to reveal hidden bases. Ocean floors split apart as ancient carriers rose from the depths. Asteroids transformed into battle stations. Entire moons unfolded into shipyards. Humanity's ancestors had hidden thousands of caches across the galaxy before the first galactic conquest. They had known this day would come. Back in the Sol system, the Dominion fleet received one final transmission. It came not from Aurora. Not from an AI. From Mara herself. She stood on the bridge of the valiant eternity, wearing the uniform of Earth's long-lost fleet command. Her voice was steady. For 5,000 years, you enslaved my people. You erased our history. You stole our worlds. She looked directly into the Dominion cameras. Today, that ends. We are not here for revenge. We are here for justice. Surrender every human prisoner. Withdraw from every occupied colony. Or face the fleet you believed was only a myth. The transmission ended. Across the Dominion Armada, no one spoke. Because every captain knew the truth. The age of alien rule had just ended. And the age of humanity had finally begun.